Don't criticize them. And it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of patience. And who's the best person to tell them that they're doing something right? It's you. How is your marriage? How is your marriage? Is it good? Is it okay? Is it could be better? Is it great? Is it all of those things? I think for most of it's all of those things. Marriage is wow. It's amazing and beautiful and awesome and really, really hard. And it takes a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of patience with ourselves and our spouse because we mess up. We do things we wish we hadn't done. And they do things we wish they hadn't done. How is your marriage? How is it? Do you want it to be better? Do you want to learn a trick? Do you want to learn a trick? I have one. I probably have lots, but today I'm going to share one. So I have been married for 20 years. That's a long time. To some people, that's a long time. To some people, they're like, it's not that long. It's a good chunk of time. 20 years of living with another person, cohabitating, living in their space, them living in mine. I have a tip. Do you want to know it? You do. You do. Okay, I have a story. I love stories. I love sharing stories. This one's from the Bible. So there was a woman. She was a sinner. Not unlike you and me. She was a sinner. She did stuff wrong. She was going to be punished for it. And the Savior came up and he says, okay, the way they were going to punish her, they were going to throw rocks at her, which is super rude. Like, that's so mean. Like, I'm glad I don't live back then. I would not have been able to handle that. Anyway, she's a sinner, so they were going to throw rocks at her to punish her. And the Savior said, okay, yeah, go for it. Any of you who are not sinners, you throw your rocks. Well, that caused the people to second guess their decision. Oh, we're all sinners. We all do stuff wrong. We all make mistakes. How can that apply to marriage? If you do stuff wrong and you don't want to be criticized for it, guess what? Don't criticize your spouse. Don't do it. It hurts their feelings and it really diminishes your relationship. Don't criticize them. I've heard the phrase, now I forgot the phrase. What if I heard the phrase? Something about criticism being a good thing. I don't even know what it is now because it's not a good phrase. Constructive criticism. I've never come across any criticism that I thought was constructive. I just haven't. I've come across a lot of criticism that was defeating and tore people down and diminished their confidence and made them feel unloved and unimportant and like they're not good enough. I've heard lots of criticism that turned out that way. You love your spouse. You do. You love them and they love you. There's a lot of love in your hearts for each other. And that love will grow when we bite our tongue and we take a step back and we choose to not criticize. Because there are lots and lots and lots of things that they could criticize you for because you're not perfect either. You're a sinner. We're all sinners. We're all messing up all over the place. And criticism is not going to help anything. You cast the first stone once you're perfect. And you know what? The Savior's perfect. He's not a sinner. And you know what he did? He didn't cast a stone. He didn't cast a stone. He gave her encouragement and hope. So what can you do? Give encouragement. Give hope. When someone you love does something that you love, tell them. Yeah? When your spouse does something that helps you to be happy or that makes you feel proud of them, tell them. I have a challenge for you. Find 3 things today that you can encourage your spouse about. 3 things, 3 words of encouragement. 3 sentences is even better. What are 3 things they're doing right? They're doing a lot of things right, and they're trying their best. They're working their hardest. This world is not an easy place to live. And being in someone's space all the time is not easy. It's not easy for you, and it's not easy for them either. But they're doing a lot of things right. And who's the best person to tell them that they're doing something right? It's you, their spouse. You love them. They love you. And your love will grow and your marriage will improve when you tell them the things that they're doing that are awesome, because there's a lot of them. Just pick 3 today and tell them, and you'll watch your marriage will improve. I promise you that. Your marriage will improve and your love will grow as you let go of criticism and you embrace encouragement and using words to do that. You're awesome. Marriage is awesome. It's super fun. Walking through this world alone would not be fun. Doing it with a spouse is a huge, huge blessing that some people don't have. We can appreciate the blessing and the gift that we have in our marriage. And we can do that by showing love and giving encouragement.